பாவாடை தாவணியில் பார்த்த உருவமாயிது பூவாடை வீசி வர பூத்த பருவமா பாவாடை தாவணியில் பார்த்த உருவமா டிங் 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 டிரி 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 டி தட்டி தட்டி நடப்பதற்கே சொல்ல வேண்டுமா நீ. Old Tamil songs, there's just nothing like them. They're just the best, especially if you understand the lyrics. Those cinema songs from the 1950s and 60s, Tamil cinema songs, the lyrics that were written for those songs are, to me, some of my favorite poetry. I often have to go to my sister to ask her to translate because the lyrics are so elaborate, but when she does, so beautiful. Okay. Journals. Pens. I have been talking for ages about writing in a journal because it's something I do regularly. I have been writing in a journal since before I was a teenager. I think I started when I was like 10 or 12 years old and then started doing it regularly. A journal is a wonderful, wonderful place for your personal anything. I hear a lot of people talking about doing their morning pages, especially in the art community. It's something from this book that was a bestseller called The Artist's Way, and it's a form of, I actually haven't read it, so I'm just basing this on what I've heard. Just getting your thoughts out without judging or thinking too much about them and putting them onto paper with a pen. I mean, to me, that's sort of what I'm doing regularly in a journal. A journal is a place where you are free and allowed to let yourself just go. And I know that it's kind of a scary thing, and I've heard people say before they would never do that because if someone found the journal, bad things could happen. I get that. I do think that that's a shame, though. It's a shame when that holds you back from doing this. This is really a form of therapy for me. And over the years, I have gone through my old journals. I've periodically reread what I've written. I've seen how much my mind has changed. I've seen things that have not changed that I'm happy about. But ultimately, the reason I'm doing it is because, you know, there are just certain things that I can't say and I don't want to say out loud to people that I know or people that I love. Sometimes it's hard to just accept honestly to yourself that people don't really want to hear certain things that you might want to say, especially complaining. But, oh journal, you'll let me complain because you have no choice. You know, if you don't have anyone to talk to, if you feel like you are alone and you need someone to talk to, write it in a book. Take a pen and write it down in a book. You will feel better. It really works. It does. And part of what has made my journaling experience something I love is genuinely the products itself. So I'm going to share with you my favorite journals, my favorite brands of journals, and my favorite pens, because I have been a kind of a journal slut over the years. I have experimented with many, 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 many different journals. Big ones, small ones, thin ones, thick ones, hard ones, soft ones. Truly. And I have, for me, I personally have found the ones that work for me and the ones that I love because of different reasons. So I'm going to start out with the least expensive journal, and that is a Moleskine journal. Moleskines have been around for a long time. The origins of the Moleskine goes way, way back, early 1900s, I think. The company is no longer the same company that founded the name, but I have to say that over the years, I have expected the quality of these books to decline because they're so popular now, and they haven't. The paper is great. The covers are great. The variety, there's such a variety. You can get journals that are blank. You can get journals that have lines in them. You can get journals that have square grids in them. You can get ones that just have dots like on a grid. You can get them with music paper in them. You can get them with watercolor paper in them too. This company has just done a fantastic job of making this product appeal to, I think, so many different markets. Now, the Moleskines that I like and that I've used over the years regularly are the soft cover. This is the soft cover, like it's a soft, see this? I have to be very careful about what I open and show. You don't want people to see a personal thoughts, see? Let's see here. I don't think we get it. Here we go. So this is a lined Moleskine. It's soft. It's not real leather, but it feels like leather. And it has this elastic strap on it, which is great. It also, all these soft notebooks have an envelope at the back, which over the years, I have really, like, I use them. I put things related to what's in the journal into this little envelope at the back. And it just is sort of housed in there. So the soft cover notebooks are, I think these are like $16. They come in a variety of colors. Sometimes seasonally, they'll have a special color for the season, which is fun. Love these. When I'm on a trip, when I've been on a trip abroad and it's a short period of time and I'm really limited for space in my luggage and I am being just kind of ruthless, I'm packing as light as possible, I will actually forgo taking my normal journals and I will take a Moleskine notebook that's like a thin paper Cahier. Cahier is French, I think. It is French. Cahier. And these Cahiers come in packs of 3. So usually they're craft colored, black, or sometimes they're colored. These ones are green. So I will buy a pack of 3. I'll keep these in my closet. And then if I'm going on a trip for a few days, I'll take one of these and I'll actually use this as my temporary travel journal because it doesn't take up a lot of room. It's not heavy, but it still feels like the pages are the same pages as the bigger journals. And there's something very nice about this being, like the beginning and the end of this, being in a tiny little notebook. Even if I don't fill the whole thing, like even I can't show you this. There's some curse words on this. And dollar figures. Like, even if like this one, just open this up. I have more than half of this left that's blank, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with leaving this just alone. This exists as the journal for whatever this was used for. Actually, I started this not as a journal, but as an accounting book for pottery expenses in Rhode Island in 2022. So this was used in Rhode Island in the barn. Now I remember. And then, and then I started writing in it, like as a journal. I think I was keeping notes. I was keeping notes about pottery notes, but I was also writing emotional stuff. in here. So, I mean, this is the magical thing about a journal is you look through it, and you are really taken back to that time, even if the things in here are just scribbles. Don't be scared. If you're not used to writing in a journal, don't be scared of the blank page. That is a very normal thing. That is a common thing. People buying a precious book, sketchbook, a journal, and then, or canvas, blank canvas, and then they're very afraid to put the first mark on or to start writing in it because they think it's going to look ugly. Get rid of that. Just start writing. If it looks ugly, whatever, it's fine. Move on. Just do it. Just need to get over that sort of hurdle. So these little paper travel journals, that's the step down from this. And the step up in the same Moleskine family is the hardcover Moleskine. This feels, to me, more old-fashioned. It feels more substantial, and it feels more permanent. So there are times when I know that I want a hardcover Moleskine. This actual book is, oh, there's some decals in here. This book is my pottery notes, specifically the notes that I keep when I go to visit Guy Wolf. I've been going to visit Guy Wolf for 16 years now, and it's only in the last 4 years that I realized I should start writing stuff down, because he says stuff over and over and again and I forget. And I felt like, if I start writing it down with pictures, and when he's there, he can corroborate and say, no, you're drawing that wrong or whatever, I'll have something permanent. And this little book has become so precious to me. I take it every single time I go now, and he'll tell me like a little thing. And then I'll that evening, I'll write it down in this book. This is a Moleskine that has those dots that I was talking about. So it's not a square grid, but the dots are placed evenly on the page, and that just helps me for drawing the actual images. It's just a little bit of a guide. Hardcover Moleskine. I think these are about $30. I think 26 to 30. And again, the Moleskine is something that I have purchased overseas. Like sometimes when I was in Italy, for example, 2 summers ago, I didn't take the journal with me because I thought, why am I going to carry something across the ocean when I can just get it there? So that's what I did. And there was a Moleskine store in Florence, wouldn't you know it? And I went in and I bought my Moleskine to have for the entire month that I was in Florence, and that was my journal. And it was a hardcover. Was it a hardcover? No, I think it was a green soft cover. Okay, those are the Moleskines. Next, we're moving up. The journal that I have used for years, I would say for maybe 4 or 5 years when I'm not using a Moleskine. This is the journal that I don't travel with. This is the journal that I write in when I'm here in New York. This is like my home base journal. So I will keep this, but I won't travel to Toronto with this. I won't fly overseas with this. It's just not worth carrying this. This is heavy and it's thick. So this journal is a real, genuine leather-bound journal. Sometimes this company makes them with like the spine that has ribs on it, which is really beautiful. It looks kind of medieval. I love the size of this. It's slightly smaller than I don't know how to describe this. I've had the bigger version of this made by the same company. So the company is Graphic Image. This is a graphic image journal. It is a graphic image leather hardbound journal with lines in it. And the lines are, they're light. The common thing about all of these journals, which I haven't mentioned so far, is the paper. I will not repeat a purchase of a journal if I don't like the feel of my pen on the paper. That's a really important thing when you're doing this. You want to love this process. You want to really like, it should be like eating a wonderful snack. And this is really connected to the pen and the paper. So if you get a journal, and you won't know until you do it like for a few days or a week, and you start writing in it and you're just not loving the feel of the pen on the paper, move on. Don't let that, don't hold on to it. And that's a bit of a difficult thing with a journal like this, because this journal is $96. But I gave this a chance and I loved it, and I was lucky, and I just continued to buy graphic image journals for a few years. Now, the graphic image journal was recently replaced by my new favorite journal to use. My new favorite journal to use is this. This is not a hard journal. They're kind of the same size. All of these are, I didn't even realize that. All of these, Moleskine, the graphic image, and this journal, yeah, they're the same size. I just love this size. This is an A5 size. This is made in England, and this company is called Leathersmith. Leathersmith of London. And it is a leather journal, but a soft cover leather journal. These aren't real marbled end papers. They're printed. That's my only complaint about this. It's like, I would say just use plain paper, like a plain laid paper, or real marbled paper. Don't print marbled paper. I don't like that about this, but I don't hate it that much to not use this journal. I love this paper. The paper is thinner than the graphic image paper. Anyways, I'm scared. I'm scared of what I'm showing. Anyways, the paper is thinner. It's just lovely. It has a lovely feel with the pens that I use. And the other wonderful detail about this that I love is the gilded edges. The edges of the journal are gilded. I don't know if you can see that. There's gold on the edges. This is flexible, and as the more you use it, the butterier it becomes. It just becomes softer and nicer. I have a small notebook from them, from Leathersmith. It's this size. And this Leathersmith journal is called a Chichester notebook. So they name the different books based on the size. And the leather it's like goatskin or something. It's so soft. I use this as my pocket sketchbook. So I will often have this in my bag with a tiny little pencil. And if I feel like I'm compelled to sketch something quick, I'll do that in this tiny little notebook. Leathersmith of London, the Bath notebook. This is like $96. I think this is about $98. They're about the same price. They're not cheap. They're expensive. And I will say that over the years, because I've proven to myself that this is something that I do regularly, I kept a journal every day through the pandemic. Every single day I recorded what happened. And I did that in graphic image journals. These are made with acid-free paper. They are made to last. And because they're leather bound, I mean, it's a high quality book. I know that I'm investing the time into doing this. I do treat this like my therapy. So I take it very seriously. And for me, the price point of these is warranted by the importance of this practice in my life. But, start with this if you're not used to journaling. Start with something, or just go into a stationery store and look around. My favorite stationery store here in New York City is called Goods for the Study. There are a few of them in the city. They actually carry my my note cards that I sell, which I love. I'm so honored that I have stuff in that beautiful store. Goods for the Study has a wonderful selection of journals, including Moleskines and so many other kinds. So go into a store like that, look around, feel the paper if you can, and get something and then start trying it out. Now, pens. I'm only going to tell you about 2 pens because, again, I have tried many, many pens in my lifetime. I have experienced thick ones, thin ones, long ones, short ones, pointy ones, broad ones, soft ones, hard, soft-tipped, hard-tipped. And I will say that, here's my little pen case in here. But the 2 pens that I use for journaling, one is a pen and one is a marker. And these I have been using for years. So this is why I'm telling you about these, is because they have withstood my personal test of time, and I consistently love them. This pen is called the Ohto Flash Raise pen. And there is a Pentel pen that is exactly like this. That is also like a classic. I have often seen doctors have that Pentel pen in their pocket. And that pen is available everywhere. You can get it at Staples even. It's a classic, well-made, inexpensive ballpoint pen, and it is refillable. That's the pen that I used in university, and I just love that pen. And then I found this one at Goods for the Study here in New York. This is the refill. So when the ink runs out, I just go back to the store, the Goods for the Study store, and buy the refill, which is great. And it feels very buttery. Like, that's the only way that I can describe that. It feels like it's just very beautiful, smooth, buttery, glides on the page, which is what I love. Try the pens out. Like at Goods for the Study, you can try the pens out. The second writing implement that I use for journaling, it's just based on how I feel. This is a felt tip marker. And this one is called, it's a Pentel marker, CDT, which stands for Craft Design Technology. So it's the Pentel CDT marker, felt tip. And the great thing about this comes in like 3 or 4 different colors. I always get the black one. This has a refill too. So this cartridge just comes out when it's done. Oh, it's almost done. You can actually see the ink in there. And then you just get a new cartridge, which is a refill. I love this because it has a tip that I can sort of manipulate to emulate like a calligraphy pen, but it's not a calligraphy pen. So it's like a really, it has a nice feel for any kind of handwriting, I feel. So, those are my journals that I love, brands of journals that I love, and the 2 writing implements that I also love. Journaling, it's a wonderful, wonderful practice. Go out there, find some books and writing implements that you love and do it.